was born 2 minutes after my triplet sisters, Zoe and Dana. And even though we look alike, Zoe and Dana always made me feel different. They stuck together, wore the same outfits, and even had their own language, just so they could talk about me behind my back.
Hosaga Gelago. Kosaga Gelaga Mene.
What is the deal with you two? You sound so dumb when you talk like a duck.
No, we don't. You're just jealous because you're not part of our cool club.
Whatever. They were right. I hated being the odd one out. I think my sisters were jealous because I was prettier, taller, and smarter. And when I turned 13, I landed my first modeling gig for an international teen magazine, and we just grew more distant. They begged Mom and Dad to get them into modeling too, and my parents went out on a limb to get Zoe to walk a fashion show, but she kept throwing tantrums.
OMG. This color makes my eyes look small. Is this Diet Coke? No? Get lost then and get me one. This makeup artist looks like a homeless person. Get me a prettier one.
It was so bad, they kicked her out and she never got a call back.
I don't get it. We're dressed up better, obviously prettier, and yet somehow you'll get all these great gigs.
Ugh, don't whine if you can't get what's mine. And I'll let you in on my secret, but you have to promise me never to tell Mom. I walk on my arms 3 times a day, every day, for at least 50 minutes.
That's ridiculous. We've never seen you do that.
I won't do it in front of you, dummy. It's called a secret for a reason. Walking on hands helps me with my posture, and I walk better on the ramp. It was a lie, of course, but my sisters were so dumb. They tried doing everything, but couldn't even land a handstand. And one time, Zoe ended up falling and crashing right into Mom's $1,000 vase, smashing it into pieces. Mom was furious, and they both ended up getting their butts grounded, while I had the TV all to myself for a good 2 weeks. Absolute bliss. But after that day, they never trusted me, but I couldn't care less. Eventually, they gave up on their dream of ever becoming a model. As for me, I continued being the professional that I was, and I only got more famous. One day while working on an ad, I was a bit confused about my lines. It makes me look hot. Excuse me, this is supposed to be a winter wear commercial, right? The lines are all wrong. Let me see. I turned around and saw Peyton walking in my direction. He was modeling royalty with over 10 million followers on Instagram. I was doing this commercial with him? How did I miss the memo? Say it like this. I feel so hot when I'm wearing these, I can barely feel the cold. You try.
I feel cold, hot. No, wait, I can get this right.
It's okay. I have that effect on girls. I'm Peyton, by the way. I'm sure you've heard of me. Who hasn't? It's such an honor working with you. Peyton and I absolutely nailed that winter wear ad, and our chemistry was so good, we ended up doing a lot of ads together. We started hanging out more and more, and soon became good friends. The more I got to know him, the closer to him I felt. You know, apart from good looks and almost perfect body, I also happen to be an amazing singer. Oh, how cool. I've always wanted to be a model, but do you want me to sing for you? Oh, yes. I'd love to. Before I could even finish my sentence, Peyton started singing, and it was so bad. I could feel my eardrums cry. But despite that horrible singing, when Peyton asked me out that evening, I happily said yes. And when my sisters found out, they burned with rage. Seriously? You think I won't know you're talking about me and Peyton? Guess your secret language doesn't make you cool enough to be with someone like him, so I'm just gonna ignore you.
Ignore us all you want, but you can't ignore the fact that Peyton is too good for you, and you'll never be able to keep him happy.
Say what you want, I'm late for my meeting with my super hot boyfriend. It felt so good to rub it in their faces. The next few weeks were bliss. The news about me and Peyton being an item skyrocketed our reputation, and everyone wanted to sign us up. Life was perfect until my agent booked us for a Christmas ad, and this time they wanted to use my whole family, including Zoe and Dana. I begged my agent not to go through with it, but she didn't give a rat's butt about it. The press is big on this, Jeff. If you guys crack this, people will run to get in line for your autographs. Come on, I'm sure your sisters are not that bad. They're horrible. But if this brings more work, then I'll try and give it a shot. I tried to make peace with it, but the next day when the photographers came, Zoe plopped her butt right next to Peyton, and I felt my insides explode.